Wow, look at this. What a crowd. My goodness, what an amazing crowd. It is great to be back. It is the reigning heavyweight champion of all the banquets, the one, the only Jack Buck Sports Awards. We are broadcasting live on KMOX. It is great to have all of our listeners around the country listening. We are in the Missouri Room here at the Missouri Athletic Club in downtown St. Louis. The dinner has been terrific, and it has been held here since Jack Buck started this event in 1970. Isn't that great? But I mean, what a crowd. This place is packed. It's amazing. I mean, there are more people here than a September Cardinals game. It's unbelievable. Hey, look, let's be honest, okay? It's been a rough year. It's been a rough year. The Cardinals missed the playoffs. They got the message. Fans sent a message, and they got it loud and clear. Hey, look, St. Louis City SC fired their coach in year 2. The Blues fired 2 coaches in a year. As a coach of my daughter's 8th grade basketball team, I feel like I'm on the hot seat after all that. Stan Kroenke tried to buy Rams Park for $1. And we haven't spent $1 of his money. So it's been a year. The Battlehawks, they had a championship game. I know, I love them too. They had a championship game set up across the street from here at their own dome. The game happened, but they weren't there. The Mizzou basketball went 0-18 in the SEC. However, just last week, they beat number 1 Kansas. It's just a reminder, folks, that sports happen. Things change. The sports calendar turns over, and it's exciting. But, you know, this past year got so bad, I was forced to drink. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I literally turned to drink. Sports Personality of the Year, Eli Drinkwitz is here. I also discovered in my free time that I like to cook. Hawkeyes are on the menu, if I'm not mistaken, in Nashville. The Bauer Award, Brady Cook will get it tonight. Folks, I had the great privilege of working with Mr. Buck for 5 years. He made his final public appearance on this podium at this dinner in 2001. And he did that because he loved this dinner and you so much. So we will honor him tonight as we always do. Tonight is a special night. It is a night that will have you walking away with a renewed understanding that this is the greatest sports region in the country, St. Louis. Ladies and gentlemen, our sponsors. The sponsor of the Jack Buck Award is First Bank. The sponsor of the Bauer Award is USI. Last month, the St. Louis community was devastated by the tragic passing of Colin Brown. Colin was a junior at CBC and played hockey for the Cadets as well as the Afton Americans. He played the game with passion, determination, and a love of the game and his teammates. We ask you that you please join us in a moment of silence as we celebrate the spirit of Colin and list his family in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Ryan family and the Missouri Athletic Club, I am proud to present the Jim Ryan Memorial Trophy. Jim was a longtime member of the club, and this award commemorates 2 of Jim's passions, the Missouri Athletic Club and hockey. The award recognizes St. Louis area hockey players who demonstrate remarkable abilities with respect to their playing ability, leadership, and honorable behavior both on and off the ice. And I am pleased to announce the Jim Ryan Memorial Trophy co-winners are Blake and Ethan Feinstein. Blake is a freshman at the University of Michigan. Ethan is a sophomore at Clayton High School. Last season, Blake and Ethan served as captain and alternate captain, respectively, and led Clayton High School to the Wickenheiser Cup championship. They posted a combined 32 goals and 22 assists for 54 points in the regular season games, 13 goals in the postseason. Currently, Blake is playing club hockey at Michigan. Ethan has returned to Clayton and currently serves as captain for the Afton Americans Hockey Club. Congratulations, Blake and Ethan Feinstein. Folks, I would like to recognize some people in attendance tonight. Please welcome the general manager of the Missouri Athletic Club, Chip Mish. KMOX has broadcast this banquet every year since its inception in 1970. Please welcome their operations manager, Steve Moore. Also like to welcome back my wife, Angie, my parents, Mike and Monty Summers. Thank you so much for being here. I started doing this when I was 10, so here we go. The 2017 recipient of the Jack Buck Award is here, the owner of the 2019 Stanley Cup Championship ring with the St. Louis Blues, Tom Stillman. At the First Bank table, we welcome St. Louis Fire Chief Dennis Jankerson. Vice Chairman Joe Ambrose. President of the St. Louis Sports Commission, Mark Schreiber. CEO Michael Williamson of First Bank. And Mark, aside, congratulations, a huge announcement today from the Sports Commission. They have landed a major event, the 2026 U.S. Figure Skating Championships, leading in to the 2026 Olympics. That will happen at Enterprise Center. Please welcome Stan Musial's daughter, Janet Schwarzy, grandson, Brian Schwarzy, and his wife, Danielle. Please welcome Mizzou PA announcer Randy Molman. He is here tonight. M-I-Z. Martin Kilcoyne is the only person that we know of, and KMOX has done extensive research, that set off the alarms at KMOX and caused us to hit the dump button during his address last year. Ladies and gentlemen, Fox 2 Sports Director Martin Kilcoyne is here tonight. The voice of the St. Louis Blues, Chris Kerber, is in the house tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, our hearts are heavy this evening as well as we learned yesterday of the passing of Bill Greenblatt. Bill died at the age of 70. He was tremendous. He would be sitting right here in front of us, taking pictures at the dais and documenting, as he did over and over, many times at no charge, events. He would go and take pictures and be there, a tireless worker, and he loved his craft. He is one of the great photographers that our city has ever had. If you have seen a picture of sports or the St. Louis Fire Department or the governor of Missouri or whatever it is, he has been that part of your life. And we remember Bill Greenblatt. Thank you very much. At the head table, please welcome the president of the MAC, Jody Peterson. Let's introduce you to our presenters tonight. The Jack Buck Award will be presented by Senior Vice President, partner at Fleischman Hillard, running their sports division, Jim Woodcock. Presenting the Bauer Award, radio analyst for Mizzou Football, standout for the Tigers, and a first-round pick for the Dallas Cowboys, Howard Richards. Presenting the Sports Personality of the Year, the Director of Athletics at the University of Missouri, Laird Veach. A recipient of the Stand the Man Award, he is currently the longest tenured GM in the NHL, and he put together that 2019 Stanley Cup champion. Please welcome Doug Armstrong. And now for our recipients, the recipient of the Jack Buck Award, President and CEO of Business Operations for the Blues, Chris Zimmerman. When you are inducted into a major Hall of Fame, you are a legend. And this year we have two recipients of the Bob Plager Legends Award. They were inducted into Halls of Fame last year. He is Mizzou's only two-time first-team All-American, inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame last December, head football coach at his alma mater, Kirkwood High School, Jeremy Maclin. Inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame a year ago, he led the Blues to the playoffs in each of his 6 seasons. His .650 winning percentage is the best in franchise history. Please welcome Ken Hitchcock. The graduate of Chaminade, team captain, quarterback for Mizzou, the Bauer Award, Brady Cook. And what can you say? He'll be introduced later, but he's helped Mizzou achieve unprecedented success in so many areas in this world of NIL, the world of the portal, the world of all eyes on the SEC and college football. All he's done is go 20-5 the last 2 years. Kicked off this year with a win in the Cotton Bowl over Ohio State, and here they go again, playing in Nashville in the Music City Bowl against Iowa on December 30th. Please welcome Sports Personality of the Year, Eli Drinkwitz. There are so many people that I have left out, but you know, I think what we should do is just have a brief little chat with some of them. And somebody that I have the opportunity to talk to each and every day on Sunday. First, let me welcome some people at his table. Mark Abel, Matt Seebeck, Matt Poling, St. Louis City SC, and the sporting director for City is none other than Lutz Pfannenstiel. Lutz, it's great to see you. Always enjoy our visits on Sunday. We are excited about year 3 to come, and I know you are as well.
Yeah, it's always great to talk to you, of course, every Sunday. You know, I mean, I want to sleep in the morning, but then you call me pretty early after coming back at 6 o'clock from San Jose, but you're the only man I talk to at this time of the day.
God love you. That is true. We do it at 11:15, but you're coming back off the West Coast. You're crazy, man. You're out there broadcasting. You're running this team from a soccer standpoint, football standpoint. But you're also constantly scanning the globe for the very best. How do you feel about what you have right now and what's to come?
Yeah, I think we had a very busy summer transfer window. You know, where normally you do in the States, you normally do it in January. We decided to do it more again in the European window because we can get better player for cheaper prices in the end of the day. So I think we still have 3 or 4 open slots which we want to fill now in the next few weeks. We just signed a new head coach, which I think is a big one. I mean, you just told me that we fired one in the second year. You know, I will take that personal and not answer the phone next Sunday, but or maybe every 2 weeks in a row, I guess, Tom. But yeah, I'm very happy we got a new coach, a bit of a different personality, different style. Like a Swedish guy. I mean, the hockey guys know what Swedish people mean. Very strict, very clear, a little bit boring sometimes. Like to have a drink in the evening. So it will be definitely a very entertaining new coach with Olaf Mellberg, which was one of my favorite center backs when he was still a player.
And you know, the crowd is entertaining. Last thing, you ever sit back and just soak in what has been created there at soon-to-be Energizer Park?
You know, sitting back and waiting and looking pretty, look at my hair, you know, it doesn't really matter too much. So I think, you know, you need to work hard, you need to move forward. And I think now having Energizer Park voted, Matt Seebeck helped me, the best stadium in the world or something like that. So, you know, and to be fair, I mean, Matt Polling knows it. If there's a pink bunny now jumping on top of the roof, I mean, it makes it even more unique. Having nearly pink city red tracksuits, thanks to you, my friend, and having a bunny on top, I mean, what can be more beautiful than that than going to Energizer Park on a Saturday evening?
It's going to be a great time. I always love visiting with you. Lutz Feinstein with us.
Thank you.
Speaking of soccer, how about a round of applause? They both went to the NCAA tournament this year. Men's coach from SLU, Kevin Kalish. Women's coach, Katie Shields, both here today. From lodging hospitality management, he has given so much to SLU with the O'Loughlin Family Champion Center, and so has his son. Let's welcome Bob O'Loughlin, Steve O'Loughlin. The Director of Athletics at St. Louis University, Chris May, is here tonight. And just for a couple of words, if you wouldn't mind, please welcome the head coach of the Billikens, Josh Schertz, is with us tonight. Josh, your first Jack Buck Awards were just getting underway, but your impressions so far?
It's been great. MC's so-so, but besides that, it's been fantastic.
Also, as you can tell, a Sunday guest on KMOX. I may have to shuffle my lineup. No, I always enjoy talking ball with you, and that's the thing. Here's the scouting report on Josh Schertz. I know you do scouting reports, but here's the report on you. You take nothing seriously except basketball, and I think that is appropriate. You are somebody that people enjoy talking to. When it comes to basketball, though, you are locked in, and you're in the middle of the season. How are things going?
Good. I mean, you know, we're a work in progress, but certainly try to take what we do seriously, but not take ourselves too seriously, and try to find that balance of those things. But you know, we got a new group. We got great kids. You know, we've been beat up a little bit, but our guys are fighting. They're getting better, and you know, hopefully we can move all our games to Chaffetz since we're undefeated in there. So hopefully we just keep playing home games the rest of the season.
You are 6-0 in Chaffetz, and last thing for you, I asked Lutz about the atmosphere. The atmosphere at Chaffetz, as you get into these A-10 games, will ramp up and up and up. But I know you have dreams of that place rocking and rolling like you've heard it does.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard great things about it. Certainly we've had some good crowds, but, you know, I think, you know, this is an unbelievable sports town. I mean, that's what it's known for. You know, people are great, but it's a great sports town. I think we got a niche we can fill with our basketball program, and looking forward to getting that place packed on a regular basis, you know, 10,000 plus, and hopefully we know we got to earn that, but we look forward to the process of doing that.
We'll see you on Wednesday night. Thanks so much.
Look forward to it. Sunday, of course.
That's right. Josh Schertz, the head coach of the Billikens. He said, and Sunday, so we do keep our good. I've retained two guests on Sports on a Sunday morning. Ladies and gentlemen, 25 years ago, we enjoyed one of the most memorable seasons in St. Louis sports history, and joining us is someone who delivered one of the most clutch plays in Super Bowl history. Let's take a look.
Blitz comes. Berline throws it out quick to Walls. Walls runs into Jenkins. He fumbles the football. This is picked up by Mike Jones. Touchdown Rams.
Stenstrom back to throw it. The pass is picked off by Mike Jones. The linebacker, Mike Jones, still on his feet, dives, touchdown.
So it all comes down to this.
It has never happened in Super Bowl history for a team to score on the last play of regulation.
All right, guys, last play of the game.
McNair drops, throws right side for Dyson. He dives for the end zone. Didn't make it. He came up 1 yard short.
Didn't make it.
Time runs out. That's it.
That's it. And we win it. Woo-hoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Super Bowl champion Mike Jones. The greatest tackle in NFL history. A lot of good stuff in that video, though. You remember some of that? Have you seen all those clips?
I've seen it a couple times.
But the tackle itself, take me to it. We just did an event you and I did with Mike Martz, who has this brilliant mind and can recall so much, but I love hearing your recall of that play. Dyson tackled. McNair was so talented at quarterback. Take me to those final seconds.
Well, you know what? It's ironic you say that because the last two plays, I say the same thing. The team that was prepared didn't execute. The play before that, and Coach Drinker loved this, they tried to run a hook and lateral, and we jumped the hook and lateral, and they completed the pass anyway. So the next play, we're playing a 3-on-2 coverage, man-to-man coverage, and the offense knew what we were running, and they had a matchup where they wanted a wide receiver on a linebacker, and they got the matchup they wanted, and fortunately I made the tackle.
You did. And then take us to that celebration and the aftermath of that. Being with your teammates, you fought all year. What was that team like, 1999?
Phenomenal team. Great leadership. Started with Coach Vermeil. Some guy named Kurt Warner show up after, Kurt Warner, Trent Green had a phenomenal training camp, and anyone that tells you that was sitting in that room other than Coach Vermeil that we thought we were going to win, they're lying. So, but Kurt did a phenomenal job. We had Marshall Faulk. We had, 5 Hall of Famers on there, hopefully 7 with Torrey and with London Fletcher. So we just had a great group of men, a great leader, and we took it to the end and won the Super Bowl.
One last thing. As a Mizzou alum, what do you see in this team, in Coach Drinkwitz, and what's your level of excitement about what they're doing?
What's funny, Coach Drink is smiling. When Coach Drink got hired, we met at Union Station, myself, him, and Demetrius Johnson. And guess who we talked about? Brady Cook. He asked about Brady. He said he thought Brady was going to be a good football player. So it's ironic, 5 years later, we're sitting here looking at Hall of Famer Jeremy Maclin, Brady Cook, Howard. All you need to know is if you're a kid from Missouri, St. Louis especially, come to Mizzou, and you're going to be successful.
I want to mention something that you're going to be a part of. The MAC will be hosting an event in February celebrating the 25th anniversary of the St. Louis Rams winning the Super Bowl. Mike will be there. Reservations are open on Wednesday, so make sure you have plans to be there. Mike Jones, thank you very much. And while I'm here, right here on the corner of the stage, please welcome Blues coach Jim Montgomery. First of all, great win last night. A 3-2 win in which you had a 3-0 lead. The Rangers scored a couple of goals midway through the third to cut the lead to 1. You called a timeout. What did you say to the team at that time?
Well, we just had to increase our intensity levels. We had lost it. We were in control of the game, and we need to get it back. And I thought we finished that game really well.
You did, and now here you are with a chance to play the Devils tomorrow night, pick up another home win. How great is it to be back in a place that you know so well?
It's going to be our first 2 games in St. Louis in 13, so it's nice. It's great to be back in front of the Blues fans.
Getting the call, yeah. Tell me about your relationship with Doug Armstrong and getting the call and knowing that this was going to come back together for you.
Well, it's the second time I got a call from him that I was incredibly grateful for. Doug and Tom Stillman gave me my second chance to get back in the league, and I'm incredibly grateful for that, and I'm incredibly grateful that they brought my family here back.
We're thrilled to have you back. Jim Montgomery, the head coach of the Blues. And on that note, for the presentation of the Jack Buck Award, sponsored by U.S. Bank, let's take a look. I'm sorry. I know it said U.S. First Bank. Let's start over. Ladies and gentlemen, for the presentation of the Jack Buck Award, sponsored by First Bank. Let's take a look at the video.
I'm just really proud of everything that our group across the entire business has done to continue to be making the experience for our fans, for our guests, everything pushing forward and making us more successful. To everyone in our organization, I thank you. This April, along with the University of Vermont, we'll be hosting the NCAA Frozen Four Championships.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but the Jack Buck Award is sponsored by First Bank. And to present the Jack Buck Award in 2024, please welcome Jim Woodcock.
Congratulations to First Bank for tonight. Congratulations to everybody here on the dais, and thank you, Chris Zimmerman, for the honor of this presentation. June 2014, I got an email from Tom Stillman. It was one of those classic emails you get, like, I'm introducing the two of you. Hopefully you'll get together sometime if it makes sense for you. And 2 or 3 hours later, I'm having lunch with Chris Zimmerman. Had never met him, had never heard of him, actually, until that time. And we had a great lunch, and I walked out, and I said, he's the guy. He's not with, we've had a great run of executives at St. Louis Blues, but I knew Chris was the guy. And why did I know? I mean, well, one, he was Chris Zimmerman. He's really good. Number two, Tom Stillman found him, hired him, so what could be better than that? Third, you're looking at a guy who carved blue notes into his desk as a kid at St. Stephen in Caseyville. I went on irresponsible road trips for my young adult life. The Blues are part of my DNA. And I just knew that this is exactly the person the Blues needed. This is 10 years ago. In the meantime, or since then, what Chris has accomplished as an executive on behalf of the community and the team is just remarkable. He brought the Winter Classic here at Busch Stadium, and he sent the Blues, we would later play in another Winter Classic in Minnesota, and as you well know, in a couple weeks we're going to be playing in another Winter Classic. And that speaks to the confidence that the NHL has in our business operations here at the St. Louis Blues, but there's much more than that. He oversaw really complex but important public funding mechanisms to get Enterprise Center up to speed with today's venues that you really need to be able to compete for events like we just got today with the U.S. Figure Skating Championships. They'll be here in 2026. Does not happen without the renovations. And there's much more. Obviously, we have the Frozen Four coming here in about 3 months, 4 months or whatever, the NCAA Frozen Four coming to Enterprise Center because of the renovations. We have March Madness in 2026 because of the renovations. In 27, we have NCAA wrestling. This did not happen accidentally. It was a lot of hard work, and Chris really led it all with obviously help from the Sports Commission and a lot of city leaders here. But Chris was an inspiration here. He played a leadership role in the public-private partnership that made Centene Community Ice Center possible. And we know what a difference that's made here. He brought and helped bring at least the NHL All-Star Game in 2020, and he beat the pandemic by about 2 weeks. So nicely done there, Chris. He's responsible for the greatest or the most effective Hockey Fights Cancer programs in the NHL. And then I won't go through all the details here, but he is responsible, and his staff, for record-breaking metrics, whatever you want to call it, whether it be ticket sales, TV ratings, sponsorship, what the Blues have accomplished over the last certainly 5 years, but certainly also the last 10 years in Chris's stewardship has just been remarkable. That's why the Blues won the Team of the Year award by the Sports Business Journal in 2020. Also beat the pandemic by just a shade there. And then in 22, and by the way, those who vote on the Team of the Award, our Team of the Year award for the Sports Business Journal are the industry leaders in the throughout the United States in every sport. The Blues won it in 20. And then in 22 and 23, the Blues won one of the best places to work in sports from front office sports, and that's determined by feedback from the employees themselves. So Chris will be the first to tell you, he can't do all this by himself. It takes a great, amazing staff to get some of this done, and the Blues have no peer in the NHL and/or in sports when it comes to front offices. But also, it takes a great leader to build that kind of a front office. And that's who Chris Zimmerman is. He's somebody of amazing integrity. He's somebody you can count on. And he's somebody who treats everybody equally and respectfully. And all that describes Chris, as well as the original play-by-play voice of the St. Louis Blues. And do you know who that was? Jack Buck. It was Jack Buck. And of course, this evening and the award that Chris is about to win or be enshrined with is Jack Buck. And so I'm honored beyond words to introduce a man and now a lifelong friend who reflects the essence of Jack Buck. Values, character, kindness, and accomplishment with humility. Someone who is good in every sense of the word good. So please welcome the winner of the Missouri Athletic Club's 2024 Jack Buck Award, the President and CEO of Business Operations at St. Louis Blues Enterprise Center and Stiefel Theater, my friend, your friend, Chris Zimmerman.
Oh my gosh, did I get that?
Make sure you get a picture.
Yeah. Okay, wow. Woody, that all can't be true. Thanks, Woody. This is going to be hard, I think. No one, for me, has played a bigger role in my acclimating to St. Louis, to really, quite honestly, all things St. Louis sports than Jim Woodcock. And so many of you know the depth of what he means and what's in his heart around sports in this city and region. And really, his counsel and friendship has been it's been a constant source of strength and at times comfort for me. And it's really his love for St. Louis sports and St. Louis as a community that has really been driven into my soul and really been so much a part of me. Thank you, Woody. It's really humbling looking around this room because there's so many people who have touched me, but I'm going to hit a few. So in addition to Woody, I wanted to call out 3 other really dear friends here tonight who have really held my hand and guided me on so many fronts. Michael Lowenbaum, Greg Smith, and Rodney Boyd. Interestingly, 2 brilliant lawyers, a lobbyist who I guess probably was a lawyer at some point or has a credential. I'm not sure what the message is there, that these are the people that I end up needing so much, but many of you know how that goes. They've been incredible advisors, but more importantly, they're just awesome, caring humans that have brought me wisdom and really been such a big part of what I've been able to do. It's a real treat being here at the MAC tonight. I'm a proud member. And, Chip, you and your team are doing amazing work here. And I think every time every time I walk into this building, you just feel St. Louis sports, and that I get to stand up here tonight. I thank the board, I thank Jody and everyone here. This is a really special place and such a cool thing to be part of every year. I'm going to be honest, tonight's honor, this award is a bit surreal. To look at the people who have won these awards over the years, to sit up here with these amazing college legends, creating national prominence for Mizzou, to be here with Hitch, a Hall of Famer, and with Doug Armstrong and Jim Montgomery. For me to be sitting here, some kid who was a third-line hockey player at the University of Vermont that goes out with all those old guys on Friday morning to keep playing still. It's really an exceptional honor. You know, my story, like everyone here, it starts with family. My wife Emily, who lost her battle with pancreatic cancer, was a powerful source of light for me, my daughter Kate, who's here tonight with her husband Christopher, for her brother Ted, who is off on his honeymoon in New Zealand, who couldn't make it tonight. Together, they embraced each of their dad's moves as my professional journey crisscrossed across the U.S. and Western Canada. And along the way, they partnered with me in every job, allowing me to grow and, quite honestly, to sometimes fall. Kate, know that I don't get this wonderful honor, and I'm not standing up here without the support of you, Ted, and Emily. You know, today I am so blessed. I'm firmly, now 10 years in, I'm a St. Louisan. I think I got that right? Yeah, it's pretty good. And as I begin a beautiful new stage of life with my fiancee, Penny, and her and the Wagner family wrapped around me, it's quite a gift. And I thank you all for being here and your love and support. Okay, I'm gonna probably have to slip ahead, but really, I'm here because of Tom Stillman. When he took over the Blues in 2012, I was out west just kind of hanging out, hadn't heard anything from him, but in 2014, I got a text from Tom, sort of checking in, hey, how are things going? And I looked at my phone and I'd never gotten a text from Tom. We knew each other from years and years ago, playing hockey back in New York. And I thought, maybe something else is going on here than just checking in. So I was lucky enough that Tom brought me in to partner with Doug Armstrong, who is the best GM in the National Hockey League. It's been an incredible run. As Woody said, we've been able to put together a really good team. Some longtime Blues, St. Louis people, but Phil Siddle, Steve Chapman, actually, could all of the my team that's here, Kira Emerson, Todd Mitchell, Roger Hacker, would you guys just take a quick stand? Jamie Sackman. I'm telling you, it's a power team, and I couldn't be prouder to be part of that group. You know, just when I got here, I started to learn all the things about St. Louis hockey. We had this amazing alumni. Youth hockey was going strong. We had 5 kids drafted in the first round. there was a whole base of things that we've gotten to continue to build on. And then obviously getting the chance, oh yeah, I wore my ring tonight. Getting the chance to bring the Stanley Cup. When I first got here, people would say to me, hey, there's only one thing I need if I just want to make sure we win the cup before I die. And I always thought, hey, great, I got this. And fortunately, we got that one figured out. Hey, I'll finish up. My job is a gift. I love St. Louis. I love what we have here with the power of sports to bring this city and region together. And I look around at all the talent here, all the passion that there is for our city and for sports. I'm looking forward to these next stages of working on this with all of you. Thank you.
Chris, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the video board, our recipient of the Bob Plager Legends Award.
Maclin, touchdown Missouri. Deep seam pattern, Maclin separation over the shoulder grab at the 15 to the house. Touchdown Missouri. On the run, Maclin. 30, 35. Here he goes. 45. Kiss him goodbye. Count it up. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Daniel to throw. Wide open. He finds Maclin. He gets loose to the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown. Boy, fumbled it over the middle. Throws the touchdown. Wow. Maclin. Booting it to Maclin, who has a touchdown receiving and might have a touchdown in the punt return. Look at the speed of the freshman Maclin.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome two-time first-team All-American College Football Hall of Famer, Bob Plager Legends Award winner, Jeremy Maclin. Now, for me, that is like yesterday. It seems like that just happened, watching you as a freshman and just tearing things up out there. What is it like for you to watch that?
Hello? No, it's pretty cool. Just to kind of relive it, and kind of see some of the things that I was able to do. Clearly, got inducted to the College Football Hall of Fame, so kind of cements you as being amongst some of the best to ever do it. So it's pretty cool when you get to see it play back.
What a run that was. Gary Pinkel, your head coach, and a team that really took the nation by storm. I mean, that year you were knocking on the door of a chance to play in the national championship. You were the #1 team in the country. It was an amazing time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all knew we had something special in training camp. Just with how competitive it was, the amount of playmakers we had. It wasn't just me. You had Chase Coffin, Martin Rucker, Heisman finalists, and Chase Daniel. Defense that had 2 first-round picks on there. So you had a lot of guys that can do a lot of different things. So we knew we had a pretty cool, good team, and it was pretty cool to kind of see it all come together.
What was it like representing St. Louis, and in particular, in the Dome against Illinois? That place is lit up. You're playing in front of family and friends. What was that like?
It was really cool for me because it was my first collegiate game. When I first got to Missouri, I tore my ACL, so I had to red shirt my whole freshman year. So my first game was in the Dome back at home, and it was kind of just kind of verify that I was able to still do kind of what they recruited me to do. So it was a really cool feeling. I had all my friends and family there, and kind of the rest is history.
When you went on to the NFL, what were your ties like with the University of Missouri? How did your heart feel when you saw Mizzou on TV, when you're playing on Sundays, they're playing on Saturdays? What was that like?
Some of the most heated talks in the locker room when you get to the league are about college teams and who would have beat who and who's better. But I talked about it proudly. It's a place that I'll forever hold, special to my heart. It helped me become the man I am today. They treated me well. They still treat me well. Me and Coach Drink have a pretty good relationship, I think, right, Drink?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So it's been really cool, man.
How did it develop you as a coach? As he's now coaching the Kirkwood Pioneers, doing a heck of a job too.
It essentially is half of who I am. Just Coach Pinkel, my relationship with him, my ability to still to be able to call him and ask him about certain things that he used to do, and it just doesn't stop there. Coach Reed, who has Missouri ties, and then the list goes on and on. So I've been fortunate enough to have played under some great coaches, but even better men. And the good thing about the good coaches is they never get complacent. They're always trying to find ways to get better, ways to connect with the young men that they're trying to coach. So I'm just blessed to have those connects.
I feel like we're just seeing the beginning of that next chapter of Jeremy Maclin. What an incredible career this has been. Congratulations on your Bob Plager Legends Award, College Football Hall of Famer, Kirkwood success, Mizzou success, NFL success, and for being here tonight.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Jeremy Maclin. Let's take a look at the video award for our next recipient of the Bob Plager Legends Award.
The shutout, his 17th career shutout, first this year. What a debut for Hitchcock. Congratulations.
When I look around this room, I've got friends in this room, friends for life. I feel like I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Thanks very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium General Manager, President of Hockey Operations for the St. Louis Blues, Doug Armstrong.
Thank you for having us here tonight. It's the Bobby Plager Legends Award, and which makes me smile because when I heard the great Charles Glenn sing the national anthem, a Bobby Plager story came back to my mind. They say he'd be standing on the blue line or on the bench, and he'd hear the national anthem, and he'd look over to me and says, "Oh, it's going to be a bad night. I never play good when I hear that song." It's a great honor to be at the Missouri Athletic Club tonight for the Jack Buck Awards. This is one of the yearly highlights of the St. Louis sporting community. I'd like to congratulate all the award recipients tonight for your dedication and excellence in your chosen sport. Your accomplishments are something we all admire and you all should be very proud of. It's a privilege to stand here tonight and introduce Ken as the recipient of this year's Bob Plager Legend Award. This award is in recognition of the values that Bob Plager embodied: leadership, loyalty, dedication, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to the St. Louis Blues organization. I can't think of anyone who exemplifies these traits more than Ken. Ken Hitchcock is a name that commands respect across the entire hockey world. Over his Hall of Fame coaching career, which includes being one of the winningest coaches in the NHL history, Ken has left an indelible mark on the game. But for us here in St. Louis, his impact goes far beyond statistics and milestones. When Ken joined the Blues in 2011, the team was at a crossroads. Ken's leadership just didn't guide the Blues to an immediate success, as indicated by him winning the NHL Coach of the Year in 2012, but it redefined the team's identity. Under his guidance, the Blues became a force to be reckoned with, earning multiple playoff berths, and more importantly, rekindling the pride and the passion of Blues fans everywhere. Ken and I have shared close relationships dating back to the mid-1990s when he became head coach of the Kalamazoo Wings of the IHL, then the Dallas Stars, where Ken led the Stars to their first and only Stanley Cup in 1999. Our paths separated in the early 2000s, but we stayed in constant contact as our careers and friendships continued to grow. After becoming GM of the St. Louis Blues in 2010, I'd called Ken to discuss the team. As I watched our team grow, it became evident that we needed an experienced coach to guide our ship. When I called Ken about becoming the Blues head coach, he asked, "Why me?" And I said, well, jokingly, Ken, I'm tired of being the only guy that knows where the locker room is when we get off the bus. We had a pretty young team back then. Sorry. When Ken arrived, we met with the players, and I told them we were very fortunate to have one of the best coaches in the NHL, and if we got in line and followed his leadership, we could go places. Ken and the players did not disappoint. Ken's record with the Blues is exemplary. We are a top team in the NHL year in, year out, winning division titles and also making it to the conference finals for the first time in 15 years. Though we did not win the elusive prize as Ken as a coach, we would not have won the 2019 Stanley Cup without the foundation he had built. On a side note, Ken and I were watching the game last night, the Ranger game, and Jonathan Quick, who back in the day played for the LA Kings, was in net. We scored our third goal, and I looked at Ken and I said, Hitch, if he had just played like that 10 decades ago, we'd have 2 more cups. Ken's leadership style is distinct as it is effective. He demands excellence while bringing out the very best in his players, not just as athletes, but as individuals. His ability to connect with his team, to challenge them, and to inspire them is a testament to his deep understanding of the game and people. He is a coach, a mentor, a motivator, and his influence on this organization can still be felt today. But perhaps what sets Ken apart is his alignment with the spirit of Bob Plager. Like Bob, Ken believes in the power of teamwork and the importance of culture. He's always recognized that winning starts with trust, respect, and a shared purpose, a legacy that will ever tie him to this award in the memory of Bob. So tonight, we celebrate not only a remarkable career, but a remarkable leader, someone who has helped shape the history and the future of the St. Louis Blues. Please join me in congratulating Ken Hitchcock, this year's recipient of the Bob Plager Legends Award.
Whoa. Those are really kind words. I really appreciate it, Army, but I'm still pissed you fired me. I'm winging it, so get ready. I've had enough of these in the last 2 or 3 years where I'm getting not bad at it, actually. When I arrived in St. Louis, I tell this story. It was really interesting because I was living in Columbus, Ohio at that time, and I took a drive to St. Louis, and then I arrived at night. I got to the rink early in the morning, and I was trying to find my way into the rink, and I got to near the dressing room, and I walked in the wrong door. And it was a stick room, and there was a bed in the stick room, and Bob Plager was sitting on the bed. And he looks up at me and he says, so Coach, how the hell are you going to fix this? And it gave us a friendship and a legacy, and that's why this award means so much to me, not because of the stats or the numbers or the wins or the losses, but the man it's named for. Bob Plager was the ultimate teammate. He cared more about the team than he did anybody else. He was amazing at solving issues regarding team play, amazing at understanding who was entrenched in the team and who wasn't. He could read things that none of us could. And for me, that started 6 years of learning from a really great man who really understood what it took to be a strong team. And for our relationship, and I trusted him with information. I trusted him with being able to talk to him all the time. And I can't think of a better name for this type of award than Bob Plager. To all the award winners up here, congratulations. It's richly deserved, well deserved. And for me personally, when I came here, listen, we leave a nomadic life. Like when you sign on to be a head coach, you're not staying in the same place for 12 years. No offense, Monty, but you lead a nomadic life. When I came here, that nomadic life stopped. And it stopped because when you coach in St. Louis and you're involved in sports, it just matters more here. It just matters way more here. I built friendships. Hell, coaches were afraid to take a day off, and I actually went to trivia games on Wednesday nights because I felt so comfortable in the community. You people have something special here. And I've been around and I've been in different cities, but you've got something special here. The sense of community is so strong here and so believable, you can't help but entrench the players in it also. And to me, that's special. It doesn't happen in very many cities, but it's here. It's something you shouldn't take for granted. And I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, I really, really appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Everybody having a good time tonight? We have reached 9 o'clock, so for our radio listeners, this is what's called a legal ID, because if we don't do that, the FCC will penalize us. This is KMOX HD3, 102.5, 1120 a.m., St. Louis. Okay, something along those lines. Ladies and gentlemen, the Carl O. Bauer Award, recognized as a top amateur sports figure. Bauer was an important personality in the Missouri Athletic Club's history, who brought innovation and inspiration to the club's athletic department during his 45 years of service as athletic director. For the recipient of the Carl O. Bauer Award, let's take a look at the video.
Brady Cook is a dual threat in college football.
They fake the pitch, Cook keeps it, and Cook is in for 2 points. To the bottom of your screen, in trouble, Cook spins away from a defender, now takes off running at the 25, got the first down.
They're throwing on the first play, and Cook takes a shot to the end zone. Burton wide open. 2nd and 10 for Missouri. Brady Cook takes off. Wide open space. Brady Cook. Touchdown. Big Cook. All running attempts. Cook gets the ball back. Throws. And what a play. Burton with the 2-pointer.
What a talent and what heart. Ladies and gentlemen, for the presentation of the Carl O. Bauer Award, sponsored by Missouri General Insurance, please welcome Howard Richards.
It's a pleasure to see so many familiar faces tonight, and congratulations to all the awardees on both sides of me, especially my Mizzou family here. Your next awardee is a St. Louis native that attended Chaminade Prep. He has earned his bachelor's degree from Mizzou as a magna cum laude graduate in December of 2022 and added a Master of Business Administration degree in May of this year. He's a two-time Southeastern Conference Football Scholar Athlete of the Year, both in 2023 and 2024. He's only the third player to repeat as that award winner, joining Tim Tebow of Florida from 2008 and 2009, and Barrett Jones of Alabama, 2011 and 2012. He was named a semifinalist for the William V. Campbell Trophy, which is college football's premier Scholar Athlete Award, and is a four-time member of the SEC Academic All-America Honor Roll. He's a 25-13 career record as a Mizzou starter and is tied for second all-time with Brad Smith for most wins by a Mizzou quarterback. With 2,248 passing yards this season, he sits 73 yards shy of matching Brad Smith for third all-time in program history. He needs 274 yards to become the first quarterback in school history to pass and rush for 9,000 and 1,000 yards. So you know what you got to do. Here's a snapshot of his career rankings in Mizzou history. 48 passing touchdowns, which is number 5 all time. 8,964 passing yards, which is number 3 all time. 755 completions, which is number 4. 143.4 QB rating, which is number 2. 10,172 yards of total offense, which is number 4. You're such an underachiever. On December 30th at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 2 weeks from today, in case you need a reminder, he will become the first quarterback in team history to start in 4 consecutive bowl games. The Armed Forces Bowl in 2021, the Gasparilla Bowl 2022, the Cotton Bowl last year in 2023, and this year's Music City Bowl in Nashville. He's a very vocal and emotional leader. This young man plays the quarterback position with toughness and the heart of a tiger. And if you ever questioned how valuable he is to the Mizzou football program, just look at the relationship that Coach Drinkwitz and Brady Cook share with each other. I've never seen a coach support his player as well as Drink supported Brady. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for this year's Carl O. Bauer Award to Mr. Brady Cook.
That's Dovier for sure. First, thank you, Howard, for that introduction. You're a legend. You're a legend, and I mean that. It's been awesome sharing dinner with you tonight and chopping it up. Also, I want to thank the MAC for putting this on, having me here, making this night possible. This is my first time here. It's awesome, seriously. I've been fortunate to receive a few awards in my career. Definitely none as meaningful as this. This feels different. This is about representing St. Louis. For me, it's about joining the company of some of my idols, Brad Smith, Chase Daniel, and of course last year's winner, my best friend, Cody Schrader. This award was not earned alone, I can tell you that. The only reason I'm standing here today is because of the support I've received from my family and all the people around me. My parents, my 3 sisters, my grandpa who's here tonight, my girlfriend Carly, oh yeah, my high school chaminade, my offensive line, my teammates at Mizzou, my coaches, and of course Mizzou fans. Mom and Dad, thank you. I know it hasn't always been easy as the parents of the quarterback. There's a lot that comes with it. I know you feel pain as I do. You feel success as I do. You're right there with me every single step of the way. Carly, thank you for being there every single day. If there's anyone who's had to deal with my bad days, it's you. And you never complain. Whether I'm hardly home during the season, traveling for football whenever we have time off, you're always there. You're my rock. I also want to take a minute to thank Coach Drink. Coach, what a ride it's been. I wasn't the guy you recruited. I probably wasn't the flashy 5-star guy you wish you had in your first class at Missouri. But you you deal with what you get. You did. But I'll say this. You developed me. You developed me into a quarterback, into a leader. Most importantly, you always believed in me. You made me earn everything, and I'll always respect you for that. One thing about Coach Drink, in the quarterback room, there's 11 quarterback commandments, and I'll never forget these. And number 11 is don't be a celebrity quarterback. We need a battlefield commander. It's something that's really stuck with me. As we're both here tonight and he's getting the Sports Personality of the Year award, I think right back at you. My journey to where I'm at now has not been easy, and that's to be expected, especially in the game of football. Everything you want in life is on the other side of hard. If there's one lesson I've learned throughout my career, that's probably the one right there. My journey wasn't without heartbreaking losses, tough seasons, injuries, self-doubt, and the doubt of critics. But tonight I want to highlight some of the moments I'll never forget. The Kansas State rematch at home in 2023. Yeah, before I even got to it. It was walked off by Harrison Mevis on a 61-yard field goal. And, as a little kid, you always dream of playing in a game where all the fans rush the field. That was the game for me. In the last home game of 2023, we played Florida. With 38 seconds, we were down, and it was 4th and 17. I just found Luther Burden. Finishing out that year at the Cotton Bowl in AT&T Stadium, it was surreal. It really was. Facing the biggest college football brand in Ohio State. And at the end of that game, one of my proudest moments as a Tiger was sitting up there on stage with Coach Drink, watching the confetti come down as 60,000, 70,000 Mizzou fans were still there, as all the Ohio State fans cleared out and they were cheering. This year, the homecoming game versus Auburn at home, I got injured early. I was off the field for almost 2 hours, even made a trip over to the hospital. I was able to come back and lead the team back for a comeback win. It was a game I'll never forget. The last game at Faroe, my senior night, we played Arkansas. And, for those of you who don't know, on senior night at Mizzou, if you win the game, you get to choose a rock from the grass hill, and your teammates carry you off. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that was one of the coolest things I've been able to do here. I've been getting the question a lot, how do you see your legacy? What do you want your legacy to be? It's simple for me. I want to be remembered as a leader. On the field, in the community, in the locker room. And second, I want to be remembered a winner. Someone who left Mizzou better than they found it. Someone who brought success back to a program. And someone who carried out their dream. The story isn't quite over yet. We're still chasing 10 wins this year. You guys have heard it tonight. We play in the Music City Bowl in Nashville. It's going to be fun. We're looking forward to it. Again, I want to thank the MAC for having me here, and also a special shout out to Frank Cusimano and KCK. They did my first interview that I ever did after I got my offer in high school, and they'll probably do my last one as a Missouri Tiger. I want to finish with a quote. This is a quote that was shared to me by an old friend of mine, Rick Bodeker, who's here in the crowd tonight. And it's by Theodore Roosevelt. I'm sure many of you have heard it before. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Thank you, and MIZ.
Absolutely fantastic. Before we have our final awardee of the evening, I want to remind folks that the Herman Trophy is coming up. Our Herman Trophy Awards banquet will be here on Friday, January 3rd. There are still some seats available. This, of course, is where we present the top players in college soccer. And we have been doing that since 1967. The Herman Trophy crowns the top male and female players in college soccer for the 2024 season. It'll be right here in the Missouri Room, Friday, January 3rd, the Herman Trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, in 1970, MAC member Jack Buck created the Sports Personality of the Year Award to annually honor the top sports figure in St. Louis. The award is voted on by the members of the MAC. The past award honorees listed in this program start on page 14 and end on page 17. It is a who's who of the history of St. Louis sports. The award honorees listed in this program are a testament to how fortunate we are as St. Louis sports fans. Numerous All-Stars, Hall of Famers, coaching legends have been honored throughout the history of this event. And now, for our Sports Personality of the Year, let's first take a look at this video.
We just kept fighting, and really, really proud of this win.
Resiliency, never quit, believing in each other, trusting each other. This senior class is leaving a heck of a legacy of toughness and grit.
Please welcome to the podium to present the Sports Personality of the Year Award, the Director of Athletics at the University of Missouri, Laird Veach.
Good evening, everybody. How we doing? All right, just one more left. Okay, so let's hear it. MIZ. All right, good way to start. I want to thank everybody, first of all, for being here to enjoy this evening with us. I want to thank the Missouri Athletic Club for honoring these great Tigers as you have. There's a lot of positive things going on in Mizzou country. We talk about momentum all the time, and it's very true. One of the reasons I feel so good about what's happening at Mizzou is because we have really, really good people. And you've of course seen and are going to hear from some of the stars. One I want to just recognize real quick is in our audience, Kat Kastner. So she's going to be really embarrassed by me pointing out. Kat, stand up really quick. So Kat joined us here about a week or two before our football season. What you may not know about Kat is she handles all the media relations for football, so she has the unenvious job of trying to corral our head football coach, who, as we know, is a personality. So, Kat, you do great work. We're thankful for you. We're also very thankful for the relationship with St. Louis. And I know I've been gone for a little while, but I can't imagine things being better between Mizzou and St. Louis than they have been today. And we're going to continue to take that to another level as we move here forward in the years ahead with the Ms. Lou group, the Zoo to the Lou events that we've been hosting. I know we have gymnastics coming here in February. We're really proud of this relationship, and it is extremely, extremely important to us. So know that you're going to continue to see us all the time here in the days, weeks, and months ahead. I want to also say that it is really an honor to have a chance to introduce Coach Drink as the Sports Personality of the Year. I really can't imagine a better title than personality when it comes to Coach Drinkwitz. The personality is obvious. We see it all the time with how clever he is, the remarks, the jokes. The pressure's on here for really, really funny jokes here coming up, Coach. But what you don't always get to see is the man behind the scenes. And after being here just a handful of months and having a little bit of an opportunity to see how he really interacts with his players, it was alluded to earlier, his relationship with Brady. And I get to see that. Others that are with us in that locker room or in the meetings get to see the man behind the video camera that many of you see all the time. And this is a real guy. A guy that really, really cares about his players and really lives it out. You know, it's one thing to talk about the brotherhood. It's another thing to truly live it. He is truly the real deal. And I will tell you, in almost 30 years of being in this profession, one of the things I get paid to do is to observe coaches. And I can tell you, we have a special one. He is extremely talented, and we are lucky to have him as our head coach. You know, it's in so many ways, I feel like a guy that just kind of a new recruit that showed up to the team, and I know I get to play with this unbelievable talent that's going to take us to another level. He's like the quarterback leading our team, and I kind of feel like I'm the center, and it's my job just to get him the ball, protect him, make sure he has what he needs to be successful, and then watch him take us to a whole nother level. So I am extremely thankful, Coach, to be here with you. And if you're in case you're one of those people that just want to hear the stats, want to hear the selling points here, Coach Drinkwitz has led our team to 37 wins, including a 27-7 mark on Faurot Field. Mizzou has gone 15-1 during the last 16 home games and have won 10 consecutive home contests, which places us fourth nationally among active winning streaks and second in the SEC. In 2024, the Tigers achieved the 15th perfect home season and the first undefeated mark since 2010. And also, very important to an athletic director, we sold out the 7 home games for the first time since 1979. He has rejuvenated this program, and he has us on the path to experience things we've never achieved before. So please help me welcome your Sports Personality of the Year, Coach Eli Drinkwitz.
Always dangerous to give me a microphone. Laird, a lot of talk of firing people tonight. Don't get any ideas. It's a real humble and honor to be here. I told my wife and girls I was being honored with the Jack Buck Sports Personality of the Year Award. My daughters asked, why would you get that? my wife said, well, he obviously has a lot of personality because they obviously are not looking at his hair. He's wearing that comb over for a little bit too long. So wife keeps me humble. Have to have a good personality in order to be able to do what I do. You know, it's a tremendous honor to be associated with some of the great names that you see in the history of this award. And for a young man who always dreamed of being a high school football coach from the state of Arkansas, never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be here in St. Louis receiving such a prestigious award with so many great people. The names, Mark McGuire, Kurt Warner, the list goes on and on. I just couldn't recall them right there. It is really humbling and really special to me, and so I really appreciate it. So from Jody to the past presidents, thank you for having such a prestigious event. To the members of the MAC, what an honor to be here tonight, so I appreciate it. You know, there's some people talked about tonight, and I don't care if it's First Bank, U.S. Bank, Bank of America. We need to talk to y'all about NIL. And I had a great quarterback that was given to me, but I got to go get somebody else out of the portal, and it's going to cost some real money, okay? So no more freebies. In all seriousness, you know, I think about being here tonight in this award. This award would never happen for me personally if it wasn't for Brady Cook. And what Brady Cook means to me, I know what he means to Mizzou Nation, and I know what he means to the Mizzou Tiger. I know what he means to our brotherhood because they see him and they're proud of him every day. But for me personally, for me to come into this program and he to be the quarterback recruited, the very first recruiting event we had, might not have been legal NCAA-wise, was over at Jim's house. And we had all the St. Louis commits over at one time. And got to know everybody there. And that's exactly who Brady and his parents are. They're gatherers. And they held our team and that class together. And that's what Brady's done for the last 4 years. He's held our football team together in good times and in bad times. And he's exactly what we needed. And we talked about not needing a celebrity quarterback. I mean, a guy with red hair should be a celebrity quarterback, right? He'll look great in that red jacket. I predict he'll be a president of the MAC at some point. But he's always been and will forever be a battlefield commander. And that's what he was for our football team. There was nobody I would rather have taking a snap, leading us in the fourth quarter on a 2-minute drive. We've had ups and downs, but there's been a hell of a lot more ups than downs. And for anybody to be 20-5 in the last 2 seasons at the University of Missouri, it's been a really special, and it's been an honor to coach you. And I look forward to one more ride with you in this football team, because we're going to break that record. You know, I want to say thank you to Jeremy for being here tonight. It's been awesome to watch his career as a coach take off, and I look forward to you replacing me here in the next few years. I'm not saying I'm going to get fired, but I am saying if I do, Laird's going to hire him, okay? So it is what it is. It is what it is, right, Coach? It just is what it is. Man, I'm glad I don't coach in St. Louis. 2 years for a soccer club? Holy crap. Football, yeah, big deal. Howard, appreciate all the commentary you have on the radio, always defending my poor decisions. Third downs, going for it. Howard's got my back most of the time. There's 2 values that we talk about that I want to share with you tonight that are really the hallmarks to our football program and football team that I think have elevated our program, and it's something that I think the city of St. Louis represents. It's always compete. You know, we talk every day within our program about having a competitive spirit. And a competitive spirit for us is not striving against, it's striving together. It's about our brotherhood pushing each other every day to be better today than we were yesterday and better tomorrow than we were today. As a team, as a program, we're always looking to do it better than it's been done before. The things that we've accomplished in the last 2 years, whether it's been 13 consecutive sellouts, 7 wins for the first time since 1972, or 7 consecutive home wins. Whether it's Brady Cook breaking records or leading us back from fourth quarter drives, we are competing to be better today than we were yesterday. And it's that competitive spirit that's going to continue to drive us forward as a Mizzou football program. And we need everybody. We need everybody in St. Louis to jump on board with our program, including the banks, including Purina. Anybody that can support us, we're looking for a competitive advantage. See, you can, I'm going to say some bad things here. You can support the Royals, the Chiefs, Sporting. You can support City. You can support St. Louis, the Blues, the Cardinals, but every one of us are Tigers. And we need everybody pushing in the same direction to represent this great state and this university and our football program to take us to new heights. Yes. And while this year we came up a little bit short of our goal of making the playoffs, we're right there. And I know that this senior class laid the foundation for us to compete for that opportunity next year. And we're always going to compete for championships at the University of Missouri and with the Mizzou football program. The second one that we talk about is enjoy the journey. You know, this has been a heck of a journey for the last 5 years, whether it was at Union Station with Mike Jones and DJ and getting the lay of the land and understanding how important the city of St. Louis was for us in recruiting. It was making sure that we got the next great wide receiver out of the city, somebody to replicate the career of Jeremy Maclin, which is what we did with Luther Burden, and now with Kevin Coleman. Yep. There's a quote by Tony Dungy. It says, "It's about the journey, mine and yours, and the lives that we can touch, the legacy we can leave, and the world we can change for better." And I know that the journey that I've been on for 5 years with Brady Cook in this senior class, I know that these guys have left a legacy. And I know that, as Brady said, he left a place better, much, much better than he found it. See, too many times in society, we're focused on outcomes. We're focused on constant comparisons. But we know at Mizzou football, comparison is the thief of joy. And we know it's not about the outcomes. It's about the journey that you're on and enjoying and finding joy in the hardships and the toughness, about finding joy in the failure and the adversity. Because we understand that true obstacles in our journey are just helping us become stronger, tougher, and more ready to achieve the life that we want. You know, in my career, I've been a part of national championships, conference championships, great wins, storming the field, winning over Ohio State. But the best thing that I've realized is it's not about those wins. It's about appreciating the moment. See, I'm just living a dream. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would be able to be at the Jack Buck Awards, winning Personality of the Year. Hell, I didn't even know that was an award. I'm just a former high school coach who somehow, some way, found an opportunity and took advantage of it. And at some point, this ride's going to be over, and my career will be done. But my hope is that my journey, like you in here, will have impacted some lives for the better. So I'm very appreciative of the award tonight and the recognition, but it's not my recognition. It's the team's recognition. It's the lives that I've been associated with. So appreciate y'all, and MIZ.
Congratulations to Coach Drinkwitz and all of our honorees tonight. For those of you listening on KMOX, we're going to turn you back over to Sports Open Line and Matt Pauley. For those of you here in attendance, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for being here. The 55th Jack Buck Sports Awards.